everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today is a video that literally took a year in the making. Today is best of 2020. And you know, I was trying to figure out whether I wanted to do products that had just been introduced in 2020, products that I used in 2020, products that came out in 2020 as my favorites. And what I decided to do is that anything that I used on my channel in 2020 that was relatively new would be considered for best of. And what I mean by that is there are some things that I've used for like 10, 20 years that I'm not gonna mention. So La Mer cream, for example. I love La Mer cream. I've been using it for half my life now. Pretty much, yeah, close to half my life. And it's a best of, right? And I have it in my skincare regimen video. I talk about it and I actually talk about it in a bunch of videos. This is gonna be best of 2020 as in best of products that I discovered in 2020 as best ofs. So they probably came out this year, maybe they came out last year, but it's been relatively recent and I have now discovered them to be favorites. So with all of that, let's go ahead and dive in. First thing is primer. As you guys know, I don't really use primers in general. There's a couple that I use that I've talked about before, but there's one this year that I discovered. And that one, and I'm gonna show you the little teeny bottle. I have the big bottle over there. This is the Guaran Youth Watery Oil. And this is, you know, I've mentioned a million times, like a skincare product, but I use it to put down on my face before I put down any other types of product, and I really love it. I think it gives a subtle glow. It's very comfortable, it's moisturizing. I think it just makes my skin look really nice. I don't have any problems with it. Whether or not it's contributing to my overall healthy skin, I don't know, but I really do like the product, and like I said, I invested in a very large bottle of it in the Sephora sale. I'm gonna keep this list pretty high level. So these are things that like went above and beyond all of the other products. So I don't have a huge list for a lot of categories. In fact, most of the categories I have like one or two. The only category where I have a ton is foundation and eyeshadow, which again, I mean, that's not huge. Okay. So that's the primer. Foundation. I have so many foundations that I absolutely love this year, which is a shock because I did a video early this year of some of my favorites, and I had my foundations, some of my favorite foundations in there. And then I did a full foundation video, pretty much ranking all my foundations, and I'll put that up. And I have discovered a number of fantastic foundations since then. These are all this year, I think. There may be one that was last year. But all of these are relatively new, like really, really new foundations. So I'm just really impressed with the foundations that have been coming out. Okay, so let's start from earlier in the year. Earlier in the year is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. I wear this in 1 and 2 Accrue. This is a great foundation. It has 1.2 fluid ounces in this tube. You basically shake it up, use it like you would use any other foundation. It has an SPF of 45. Really beautiful, looks great on the skin. Really good on mature skin, dry skin. I absolutely love it. And a very similar foundation is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. Now I'm showing you the one in the cushion. It comes in a cushion and it comes in a bottle, like a square bottle. I prefer the cushion. I think it looks a little dewier, glowier on me, but this and the bottle are both beautiful. The two, this compared to the Shade and Illuminate, look very, very similar on the skin. In fact, I even did a video comparing the two of them because they came out about the same time. You can't really tell the difference between the Tom Ford and the Estee Lauder. The Estee Lauder is quite a bit cheaper. And the Estee Lauder, I believe, has a better SPF. I'm not sure about the SPF on the Tom Ford. No, it has an F45 as well, so it is the same. What I would say is in the bottle, the Estee Lauder wins, But of the two, if I had to compare these two back to back, I do like this one a tiny bit better. The radiance is just a little bit more, but they're both stunning foundations. Then the by Terribly Denseless foundation. This might have come out last year, I'm not sure. But this is an ultra smoothing, even matte radiance foundation. You shake it up before use. It is an anti-wrinkle serum foundation. And I have to say, when I wear this, I do feel like my skin looks lifted. It does look better. I really like it. It's very similar to the Sublime Chanel foundation, the serum foundation. They're both excellent. I really feel like when I wear those, my skin actually does look better. Like it does look younger, it does look firmer. Does it actually do those things? Probably not, but I feel that way. So I really am enjoying both of those. Absolutely love it. The Chanel is not available in the US, I don't think yet. This is 1.35 fluid ounces. It's got a 12-month shelf life. I don't know what the SPF is on that one. I'll have to check that out. The Terribly Denseless has a 9-month shelf life. 1 fluid ounce. Both of them pump bottles. I have the Medium Peach and Freshly Fair in the by Terry. And in the Sublimage, I wear BR12 in the BR12 in the Chanel. Okay, so there's a couple more foundations. The Kojendo Aqua foundation has been around a little bit longer. This one I kind of cheated on, but this was the first year I've ever tried their foundation. This is in 013 and I love this foundation. It's actually what I'm wearing today. I just think it looks really good on the skin. It's hydrating, it doesn't settle in the line, good for mature skin. It's just a beautiful foundation. I mean, I should have picked it up before. I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously wasn't. The Fenty Beauty, again, this is this year, Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This one is 1.08 fluid ounces, 1 year shelf life. I have this in 170. I've been wearing this a lot. I really like this foundation. It's creamy, it's hydrating, it's like all the others. It just makes my skin look good. I mean, I don't know what else to say. No polka dot pores, no dryness, no settling into fine lines. It has better coverage than some of the other ones, a little bit more towards medium. Just really good. Really good. The Suku Cream Foundation. I actually love this foundation. This is in, I don't know the shade. Well, let's see. It's SPF of 25, 1.05 fluid ounces a year. Shelf life, I will put the shade down below because either it's not on the bottle or I'm not. Oh no, here it is, 210. I'm shade 210. And the only thing I don't like about it is I don't really like that it's in a tub and I have to use a little thing to get out. But the creaminess, it's moisturizing. It reminds me of the Clos de Peau The Foundation, which is one of my favorites. But again, that's been out for quite some time and I did not discover that in this year. So I really like that foundation. If you're drier skin and you're looking for something that's like a creamy, moisturizing type of foundation that gives good coverage, that one's perfect. And then the last one is the Shantakai Future Skin Cushion Foundation. I have this in Aura. I'm probably gonna pick this up in a little bit of a darker shade. Alabaster, I think, is the next one up. This one's a little light for me. It's gonna work for the summer though. I mean, the winter. It's got an 8-month shelf life and it's really beautiful. It's very unique. Comes in this cushion. This is the other cushion. The Tom Ford is like this, opens up, cushion on the inside. Oh, I didn't mention the cushion I have is buff. Cream is better for the summer. Buff is better. Cream is better for the winter. Buff is better for the summer. This one, very similar kind of thing. You just open it up. It's got the cushion on the inside. Comes with 2 cushion packages. It is available if you call from Bergdorf. If you're having difficulty, let me know and I can connect you with someone. But I have to say, I really like this foundation. The thing about it is, it's kind of an odd, in a good way, foundation. It feels like nothing going on. It feels like you're not putting on anything. So it's kind of odd. But then it materializes this beautiful coverage that takes out all the redness and makes your skin just look really nice. Not glowy, not moisturized, just skin-like and really smooth. I'm not sure how it works, but it does smooth out your skin, and it does take out all the redness, and it does make everything look really pretty. I will admit this for me is going to be more of a summer foundation because it's lighter and it's just sort of smoothing and blurring and it doesn't feel like anything. Not that I wouldn't wear this in the winter, but in the winter I'm probably going to be more drawn to the Suku because it's like creamy. It's like really moisturizing. Or the Estee Lauder, or maybe the Aqua. I mean, I could use these all year round, but I would definitely say these are the spectrums of the one I picked. This one is definitely more creamy, moisturizing. It almost looks like a moisturizer, whereas this one almost looks like powdery, but it's not even powdery. It's really hard to explain. If you watch my video, you'll see I did half my face with it. It just evens everything out, makes everything look perfect, but it doesn't go on like a lot. It's just a very different foundation, and I really like it. Now, I forgot to mention, of course, that everything I'm talking about today I do have on my face, so I try to, when I do these best ofs, I try to usually wear at least some of the products that I'm talking about. Today's everything on my face is a best of. Okay, so the foundation, like I said, there was a lot of foundations, but this was a weird year for foundation, at least for me, because I tried so many things that I really, really enjoyed. There was other foundations that I really like as well, but those were my favorites. Those are the ones where I'm like, oh yeah, I could see me using these as long as they don't discontinue them for years to come. Like, I love them. They're really great. Same with the primer. Okay, so the blush. I'm only gonna hold up one, but I will talk about a couple of others and I will put pictures above. So the blush, the number one for me was the Wayne Goss palette. This is Vivid Azalea. This is the one that's really, really bright that a lot of people did talk about. It's a very bright pink. I do have it on my face. I have it on very, very lightly, but I do have it on. This was my favorite. I picked up all 4 of his blush palettes and I love them all. In combination with the highlighters that are in these palettes, I really haven't seen a better product for more mature, drier, more textured, whatever you want to call it, skin. Like, in combination, this highlighter with the blush in all the 4 palettes works seamlessly to make your skin look smoother, glowy. I mean, you know, it just, all of the palettes, they work extremely well on more mature skin. I think they would look great on flawless 20-year-old skin. So they're just, it's an amazing palette for blush. You don't see that very often. There are other blushes that I've liked. The Patrick Ta blush is good. There's others, but this one really is exceptional. So I'm putting it like as the number one. The other blushes that I really enjoyed this year were the Suku blush, and I'll put a picture above. I have the holiday one. I do want to pick up more. I got the blush palette, which I really enjoy. The Surratt's, which again have been around for a while, but I really am enjoying the Surratt blushes. I've discovered them this year and they're stunning. And the Chanel Holiday, this is the highlighter blush. And this one is really beautiful. I really, really enjoy this one. You know, I don't generally like shimmery blushes, but this one in particular, I basically kind of use it as more of like a like this. Like I use it as like a highlight blush all at once. And I kind of keep it as like kind of a little bit higher. And it's really beautiful. The Chanel one this year was really, really beautiful. So I definitely wanted to mention those. Highlighter, again, so there's a couple that I discovered this year that are really beautiful, and I will talk about them in a minute, but there is one that to me was the overall one that I loved more than anything else, and that was the Pat McGrath. This is the Champagne Gold. And I did not expect it to be this at all. Here's the Champagne Gold. This is a very, to me, pinky highlight. highlighter. I'm not sure why it's champagne gold, but to me it comes off as a very pinkish champagne kind of shade, almost like a rosé. For my skin tone, it's amazing. I really, really enjoy it. It's what I'm wearing today. I honestly cannot sing its praises enough. I love it. It's beautiful. It just is. It has a year shelf life. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to use it all up in a year because I use a lot of different products, but I really love that highlighter. I think it looks amazing on the face, and I love the color of it. For my coloring, I can't say enough. I think it's beautiful. It doesn't accentuate texture. It doesn't fall into the lines here. It's just a great highlighter. The others that I mentioned though are the By Terry Holiday Highlighter. I'll put a picture above. First of all, it's beautiful. The packaging is gorgeous. I love the way they did that. Two, the highlighter itself is really, really pretty. It's more of a peach, which I do like, and it looks great on. Again, stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's a very close call between that and the Pat McGrath, but the Pat McGrath I do reach for more often. And last is something that not new, it didn't come out in 2020, so that's why I didn't, include it like in the top two, but it is something I discovered technically in 2020. It's the Chantecaille La Pele or Pelés? I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, you can see the picture above. It's really beautiful. I love it. I tend to use more of like the pinky part of the palette because it's got the pink and the gold. It's just beautiful. It's gorgeous on. The Shantakai highlighters, I have a whole bunch of them. I have the wolf one, I have the dog one, which is from years past. But again, they have beautiful, beautiful highlighters. But that one I actually did discover early this year. So, even though technically I think it's last year's highlighter, I did discover it this year. So I was like, all right, I'll include it. Brow. I have one item, and that is the Gucci pencil, which is getting very, very tiny, and I really, really need to get another one. This is in Auburn. This is what's on my eyebrows right now. I've been using it ever since I bought it. I love it. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. I have nothing else to say. It's perfect. It's a powdery pencil. It's powder in a pencil. It's exactly what I want. I don't spend a lot of time being very specific with my brows. Like, I don't draw on every like hair, and I don't make it very, I just don't do that with my brows. I like just sort of a more soft brow. I don't spend a lot of time on them. This is exactly what I'd want. In fact, when we're hopefully back to a semblance of normalcy, I'm gonna get my eyes out microbladed. I will show you guys on camera before and after, but I'm definitely getting it done because I hate doing my brows. So for now, this type of powder, this brow pencil is exactly what I want. I've encouraged other people to pick this up. They've picked it up. They love it too. It really is a great pencil, guys. Seriously, if you use a pencil or powder to do your brows, you're gonna love this product. And the Auburn's perfect for my shade. Bronzer. There really is only one bronzer to talk about this year, guys, and that is the Gucci bronzer. The Gucci bronzer, it's the Gucci bronzer. Now, you guys know I love the Tom Ford Terra bronzer, which they may or may not be discontinuing. I know they're discontinuing the large one. I now have two backups to that. And I still love it. I'm not, and there's other bronzers I like, and I've used other bronzers on my channel. But discovering this year, I've been using it pretty much, I would say like 60% of the time. And the only reason I'm using others is because I do love the Terra bronzer, so I use that. And then the others are, like to show you guys, or there's a look that I need something that has a little bit more of a tan, like a browner shade. This is more cool. That's about it. Perfect bronzer for me. Absolutely love it. Okay, so mascara. So the number one mascara, the one that like blew every other one away this year, I just got, and that's Jones Road. This stuff is amazing. Amazing. That's what I have on my eyelashes now. It's a huge mascara wand, like enormous, super thick. But this mascara, I love this mascara. I just think it gives lengthening and volume, and it goes on super fast, and I love it. I mean, it's a really large mascara, which is interesting, but it's my favorite. I love it. The runner-up for this year is the Marc Jacobs, and this is the At Lash. This is a really, it's a very different type of brush. It does lengthen more. It does give a lot of volume though too, guys, and I really, really like it. Like, I really, really like this mascara. It's one of my favorites, and I use it all the time. Now, for the lower lashes, the one that I discovered this year was the Kevyn Aucoin, the Volume Mascara, which is interesting because I don't really think it gives that much volume, but it's a tubing mascara. It's super tiny. I really like this one because I use it on my lower lashes, and it separates them all. It doesn't stick to, like, I don't get fallout. It doesn't brush on my skin. This one is really, really good. I will also say that I love the Dior Show Iconic Over Curl Mascara. The thing is, I feel like I've been using this for a while. I don't think this is this year. I could be mistaken, but I don't think so. So I didn't want to include this one. Chanel, of course, is a favorite, but I've been using that forever. So that one didn't qualify. So next is powder. This is the by Terry Hyaluronic Tinted Hydra Powder. And again, this is in a rosy light. I just love the way this looks. I'm wearing it. I just think it gives a great glow to the skin. You know, I really think it's beautiful. It has a 6-month shelf life. Not exactly sure about that, but anyway, I've been using the by Terry Hydra Powder, the translucent one, for a long time under my eyes to sort of set my eyes, so that when like mascara hits underneath, that's really the purpose. I'm really impressed. Like, I really like the rosy light. I think it looks beautiful. It's great for my skin tone. It looks glowy and pretty, but not too much. It's still translucent. It's not cakey at all. Beautiful. I don't think it replaces my Kojendo or my Shantakai. I think it's just a different type of powder, and I really am enjoying it. The other thing I would mention, it's like an honorable mention, are the Guaran Meteorites. Technically, meteorites have been around for a very long time. However, there have been new meteorites that came out this year for holiday, so I was like, okay, that sort of counts, sort of. So I'm gonna use the Golden Bee ones and say that counts because it came out this year. I really like the meteorites. I think it gives a very similar glow to what the by Terry does. You know, it's got those pinks and those greens in there, so it gives like a pretty cooling effect to my skin, but it's a nice glow. I love the smell, the scent of meteorites. Love it. Eyeliner. So I was trying to figure out like eyeliner. I was like, I have so many eyeliners that I love. I love the Chantecaille, I love the Chanel, I love Tom Ford. So I was trying to think, well, what do I have that I discovered this year? And then it hit me. Wayne Goss. I love the Wayne Goss kohl pencils. I think they're gorgeous. I have it on today, and which shade did I use? Was it black? I can't remember the shade that I used. This is what happens. Was it Precious Opal? I think it was Precious Opal. All right, I'll figure out what shade I used and put it below. But the point is, I really like his kohl pencils. I think they're really easy to smudge out. The blue is my favorite. I love the blue. The purple one looks really nice too. I just think they look really good. I think they look really great on the skin. They're smooth, they're easy to put on. And for a more mature eye, for more mature skin, they're perfect. So those were definitely the ones for 2020 that I was like, yeah, those are the ones I have to mention. Like I said, I have lots of other eyeliners that I love, including Chantecaille, Tom Ford, and Chanel, but they were certainly not discovered this year. All right, we'll leave eyeshadow for last because that's a pretty big category for me. I want to mention a couple of things about brushes. The Wayne Goss Artist Couture, the Artist Collection brushes were discovered this year, were released this year. I love those brushes. Those brushes are the ones that look like this. I just think these brushes are really beautiful. They're very, very soft. Blue Squirrel. I use them all the time. Like I use this underneath my eye. I use the medium-sized one for highlighter. I often use the bigger one for blush. I use them for powder. I love these brushes. I think they're beautiful. And then Sonia G. Now, I did not discover Sonia G this year, obviously, but I have bought a lot of new Sonia G brushes this year, and I've loved every single one that I bought. So they're all beautiful. I will link my brush video here because it would be too hard for me to go into all the brushes that I picked up this year that I really, really like. Honestly, I picked up a lot, but none of them are, you know, like new to me. But I will say that if you're looking to pick up brushes and you're trying to figure out what brands, if you go with a Sonia G brush, or you go with a Wayne Goss brush, or you go with a Kojendo brush, you're gonna be fine. They're all beautiful. If you have skin like mine and you're very sensitive, like ultra sensitive, I would look for whatever the softest brush is. So in Kojendo, it's the Z series. With Wayne Goss, a lot of his brushes are very soft. Just look for like Blue Squirrel, Gray Squirrel. But these artist brushes are insanely soft. Now what that means though, again, they put down less product. It's more diffused. But again, you know, it depends on what you're looking for. But I love them. Lips. Lips is tough because I haven't worn a lot of lip products this year for obvious reasons. But there are a couple things I do want to mention. The Scott Barnes lip liners, I really enjoy. I think they're really good. It's like, seriously, they're really, really good. I have on the Scott Barnes lip liner Glamazon in Linda today. Really, really like his pencils. I think they work extremely well. They go on well, they stay on, they're the right shades for me. Really, really like them. The Vive liner, I only have one. I've only tried Bark, but I really, really liked it. I supposedly have more on the way. Shipping has been just terrible this year. Talk about like worst of, best of. Shipping has been worst of. It's terrible. But yeah, I really like the Scott Barnes lip liners, the Vive lip liner, the Bark one. I think it's very good actually. We'll have to try more to know, but I really, really like it. And then I'd say the Chanel liners came, well, okay, so the Chanel liners came out last year, the new formula, but I think it's new enough where I could say that would be my favorite of 2020. So Chanel liners, of course, have been around for forever, but the new formula was, I think, I'm trying to remember if it was holiday last year or early this year that the new formula was released. I feel like it was holiday time last year, but I could be wrong. Anyway, it's been recent. This is so many releases. It's impossible to keep track. So I'm gonna say the Chanel new formula liners because I really love them. I mean, honestly, they're probably my favorite liners of all time, lip liners. So that would be my number one. I'm pretty sure it was like late last year, very, very late last year. So that's what I'm gonna go with. If I'm totally wrong and it's been way longer than that, then, you know, I cheated. Oh well. So in addition to that, I'd like to mention the Victoria Beckham lipsticks, and I have it on right now. The one I have on today is Girl, her Posh lipsticks. I have 6 shades, something like that. I don't even remember how many shades. I really like her lipsticks. They were created this year. Absolutely love them. They go on beautifully. They're great shades. They're really good. They're just good lipsticks. I mean, they're good lipsticks. They're not great. They're not like, they won't magically transform your lips, but they stay on decently for a lipstick. They're moisturizing. They don't settle on the lines. They don't like bleed out. They look good on the lips. They're easy to use. I really like them. The Suku Fogs. The Suku Fog, I only have 2 of. I only have the Comfort Lip Fluid Fog in 102 and the Lip Fluid Glow in 101. But I really, really like these. The formula is excellent and really unique. It's like a liquid lip, but not. I'll explain it. They're just really comfortable and really beautiful. The glow is gorgeous. Yeah, I really like them. I find everything I try of Suku I really enjoy. Like everything. I haven't found anything that I've ever used by them, at least so far, that I haven't liked. And then last would be the Lisa Eldridge lip liner, lipsticks, and lip glosses that were released this year. Now I know Lisa Eldridge has had lipsticks before and she's had her velvet lipsticks in the past, but there were releases this year that had lip glosses and lip liners and the velvets, which did not exist before this year. So I think I can easily put it in the top. I love Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. They're so unusual. They're incredibly pigmented. Yes, they are quote matte, but not. They're not. They're velvet. They're beautiful. And the lip glosses and the liners that they came out with this year are beautiful, and I really, really like them. I wish she had lip glosses and lip liners for every shade, because that's just me, but I really, really enjoyed her release this year. I can't wait for spring when she has another release. Hopefully she'll come out with more shades. I just, you know, I can link the video. I love her lipsticks. I think that she does a great job. And the lip glosses and liners that she introduced for this year are spectacular. They're really good quality. The lip liners work extremely well. They work beautifully with the lip glosses, and when I can actually start wearing them out again, I will take advantage of that as much as I possibly can. Okay, so eyeshadow. Now, next to, I mean, honestly, it's been a year of eyeshadow, and for good reason. We're all wearing masks. We're not going out. If we do anything, like when I talk to my friends, they're like, yeah, I put on eye makeup to make myself feel better. You know, even if you're not doing anything on your face because the mask takes up most of your face, a lot of people are doing their eyes. You know, I have a really good guy friend who has discovered like his love for eye makeup this year. Mostly because, to be honest, he's had more time, like, because he doesn't have to commute. So anyway, but he, you know, he's been playing with all these eye looks, and he's like, I got this palette, and I got this palette. You know, my point being is, I think if anyone was going to play with anything this year in regards to makeup, it's probably your eyes, because like I just said. So there has been a lot of palettes released, and as we all know, the makeup industry is reeling like every other industry and like everybody this year from everything that's happened. And so people aren't buying as much makeup across the board, especially not lip products and, you know, face products in general. But eyeshadows have been more popular, sort of. So there's been a lot, and I went through all of the palettes and everything, and I was like, you know what, there's so many that I like. Honestly, there are so many really good palettes this year that I was like, wow, it's a pretty palette. Wow, I mean, like, really just beautiful. So I tried to keep it as high, like just the top as I possibly could. And I kind of kept it broad. And what I mean by that, you'll see in a minute. So the first is Sydney Grace. So it's just a brand. It's just overarching. I knew of Sydney Grace before this year, but I did not know how good they are. So at the moment, I have on my eyes some shades from Enduring Love, which is a beautiful palette. I have it in light and dark because it's such a gorgeous palette that I bought it in the 2 intensities that it comes in. I have every palette, I think, that they've created now. Yeah, every palette. Tiny Marvels, which was released this year from Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace, is one of my favorite palettes of all time. And their single shadows are amazing. They're stunningly beautiful. And I am not a single shadow person. Like, I don't like to take single shadows and put them in a big magnetic palette. Like, that's just not my thing. But I've done that for Sydney Grace because I I like their stuff that much. Their customer service is exemplary. They're a great company. And I really strongly encourage people who've never picked up anything from Sydney Grace to consider picking up something from Sydney Grace, because they're really that good. They really are. The products are excellent, at least the eyeshadows. I mean, you know, if you look at this look, this was done really quickly. Like I used 3 shades on my eyes. It's just beautiful. Second would be the Chantecaille Luminescent eye shades, the new ones, the Crane and Zebra. The luminescent eye shades have been around for a while as well, but this year Crane and Zebra were released, and I'm not sure they're my favorites, but they're close. And they're pinks and purples, and guys, they are beautiful. They look so good on the eye. They really do. You know, for mature skin, you still get this like really beautiful, like pigmented, shimmery shade. They're really beautiful. If you've never picked up any of the Chantecaille luminescent shades, I would definitely say get one of those. The Crane and Zebra, like I said, are this year's, and they're beautiful and I love them. They're all stunning. So, I mean, they're favorites of 2020. The By Terry Paris palettes. So I think the By Terry Paris by Light and Paris by Night were either very early this year or very late last year. I'm not absolutely sure. They could have been late last year. Like I said, I'm not positive. They could have been early this year. And then the new one that's just come out, the Mon Amour palette, they're all beautiful. They're really stunning. By Terry never had eyeshadow palettes that I was like crazy about. I love a lot of their products, but their eyeshadows I was always like, meh, they're okay. The Paris ones, they're beautiful. Like every look I've created with those palettes has been perfect. Like I haven't come across an eyeshadow combination with those palettes that's bad. They look really, really pretty on the eye. And they're good for more mature skin. And when I keep saying that, like it's just, your skin gets, you know, as you get older, you have more wrinkles, more texture, droopiness, all those things. Some shadows don't blend as well. Some shadows, you know, don't go on as well. They fall in the lines, all those things. None of these products do that. These all look beautiful. Like, it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 80. They're gonna look really good on your eye. The Natasha Denona Bronze and Glam palettes. I love those palettes. Now, there are many Natasha Denona palettes that I love, but they did not come out this year. So I'm, again, trying to stick to that. Because then if it was just like my favorites, I would just go on forever. They are beautiful palettes, and they kind of mirror each other because you've got the bronze and then there's the same size, and I'll put up a picture, you know, same size. They're just beautiful palettes. I really love them, both of them. I think they are one color story palettes, but they're color stories that I love. So for me, yeah, they're perfect. If you're looking for a more colorful one and you want Natasha Denona, I'd say the Metropolis, hands down. Metropolis is amazing. The Chanel Holiday Cure Brune. The whole holiday collection was actually a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be. Like when I saw it online, I was kind of like, eh. But it actually turned out that the single shadows, the highlighter blush, and the lipsticks were actually all beautiful. Like I liked them all, which was surprising. But the single shadow, the Cure Brune, I love. I did a look with it recently with the new Chanel Cocoa. I can't remember the shade, but it's a Rouge Cocoa shade. It's like a bright red. But I love that brown shade on the eye just by itself. It's just, it's classy. It's just a beautiful one and done shade. It just looks really nice on the eye. It blends really well, doesn't settle in the lines, and I really love that shade. I just think it's beautiful. The others are really pretty too, but that one calls out to me. Like that's a special one that I will remember and I will keep no matter what I declutter. That one I will keep. Last but not least, I cannot end this video without mentioning the Dior Quince. So when I started my channel back in March, Dior Quince had not been released yet, but they were soon to be. And I had used Dior, you know, I've been using luxury makeup for, like I said, 20 some odd years. And I had used Dior shadows before. In fact, I think I used Dior shadows on my wedding. But they reintroduced their quads with a new formula. And I loved the way they looked. And basically, on instinct, I don't know exactly why, but I picked up like 7 of them or something. I just ordered them, like blindly. And I think from Selfridges at the time. Before I'd seen any reviews, there was something about them, the way they looked, I was like, no, I need to have these. So I did a video on every single Quint, and I did a review video of like 6 or 7 of them all at once, which I think is actually my most watched video this year. So there is a strong connection between, at least this year, me and the Dior Quince that came out. And I will always remember that no matter what happens in the future, because it was relatively early on in my YouTube career. So they have a special place in my heart. Plus, I now own every single Dior Quint that was released this year except for one. There is one that I do not own. It's the one that's like a super pinky shade color story. I did do a review of it. I did do a video of it, but my very good friend Ashley sent it to me to use, and then I sent it back to her. And I did not buy it, but to be honest with you, I might just buy it, because I feel like now I have every single one, including the holiday collection, and I should just have it. You know what I mean? Like, because I have all of them. So yeah. So that is my best of 2020 for all of the makeup. I do want to mention a couple products in relation to skincare and perfume, very briefly. The Chantecaille, the Rose de Mai cleanser, the cleansing balm. Oh my goodness, you have to get it. If you have dry skin, if you have sensitive skin, it is amazing. I promise you, you will love it. It smells phenomenal. You just rub it all over your face, you wash your face off, feels good. I love that stuff. Chantecaille, thank you so much for making it. Seriously, I love it. Retrove, the priming pads. They are the only ones I've ever been able to use in 48 years. I have tried Dr. Dennis Gross. I've tried so many different ones that have like different types of acids to use to exfoliate my face, and every single one bothered me eventually, like if I used it too much. These, I actually tried one week to use it 3 times, because like I gotta figure out where, like these, it still didn't irritate my skin. I don't know what they did, but they work. I don't use them 3 times a week, guys. I mean, I use them once a week, maybe twice, but my point is, they're that good. They are excellent. They are excellent, and I use them consistently, and in fact, I have to remind myself to order while they're still on sale today, because I keep forgetting. They're an excellent product. All of the Chantecaille skincare is excellent. All of the Retrove products are excellent. I showed you in my nighttime video. Those are what I use. I'm not getting any money from those companies, I promise you. That's what I've been using forever. And I will be doing a daytime skincare video. It's coming. So those are the 2 skincare things I wanted to mention. Perfumes, the 2 perfumes I wanted to mention. I did a really long perfume video. It's like an hour long of the top 20 winter perfumes, and they are beautiful. I love every single perfume on that list. But the 2 that came out this year that I do want to mention, or that I discovered this year. The Bitter Peach by Tom Ford, which actually did come out this year. I love this perfume. It smells like bitter peach. I mean, that's what it smells like. It smells like a drunk peach. I love it. Some people hate it, like just hate it, but I love it, so I don't know what to tell you. And the other one, I want to thank Abby Bliss White. I was watching one of her videos, and Abby, I don't know which video I was watching. I try to watch all of yours if I can. So I don't remember. I'd link it. If I can find it, I'll link it. But I don't remember right now as I'm doing this. It's the BDK Rouge Smoking Perfume. This, guys, has like become, I'm slightly addicted to this now. It's so good. It's sweet. I'll put the elements below, like the notes of it. I just want to sit here and sniff it. which is not healthy. Smells so good. So Abby, I want to thank you for this because you had this in one of your videos and I love it. I absolutely love it. I bought it. I hadn't smelled it. I heard you talk about it and I ordered it from Selfridges like literally a minute after your video ended. I'm like, yep, I have to buy that. And I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. So thank you. That's it, guys. That's the best of 2020. I cannot believe, I can't believe 2020 is almost over. I can't say that I'm sad about that. 2020 has been a rough year for everyone. Yeah, I have actually not been on YouTube for a year. I've only been on for 9 months. So I can't really say, you know, thanks so much for being here this whole year because it hasn't been a year. But I do want to say thank you for being with me. For watching, for subscribing, for sharing. You know, we say this all the time, but it really is exceedingly important for you guys to watch, for you guys to subscribe, for you to share with others. That's how we grow. That's how, I mean, like YouTube doesn't pay its content creators. We do all this. We do all this for free. And so by having subscribers, by people sharing our videos, by people commenting, all of those other things, there are other ways, and for supporting our channel, you know, that leads to financial support as well. And I just want to say thank you so much for being so awesome this entire year. There's more to come in 2021 and some new things that I'm working on that I will certainly share, but I want to thank you for just, you know, for being here this whole year. Obviously, this is not the end of the year. There's a couple more videos that are going to come after this, so I won't go like into too much exposition about thanking all of you, but I just wanted to add that to the end of this video. So, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in another video really, really soon. Bye.